everyone, I'm Momma Cuisine Johanna Cook. Thank you for tuning in to our very new series called Ask Momma, where we gather questions from all over the web. People could either send questions on Twitter with a hashtag Ask Momma. Make sure you tag me, Ask Momma. Also on Facebook, as well as email. If you email info@mommacuisine.com with the subject title Cooking Questions, you could put your question there. You could let us know you want to be anonymous. You don't have to tell us who you are, and we won't mention it. And make sure you just, give us your cooking questions, and I'll make sure to answer them. And if I don't know the answer myself, I will go to all the resources that I have, lots of cooking professionals and really great home cooks who can help us all with our cooking questions. I really think the reason why I started this series is I really think cooking is about sharing and always learning. Cooking is something that you'll never know everything of. Even the best chefs in the world will let you know this. And the best cooks that I know and the best chefs that I know are the ones who always want to learn new things. So I really wanted to start this so that we could all learn from each other. I know a lot of things. I know a lot of chefs who could help. Just give me your questions. I will answer as much as I can every week. I don't want to make this too long, but I'm going to answer as much as I can every single week. So make sure you get those cooking questions. We have 2 questions today that I wanted to address and answer. First one is actually from Instagram. Someone tagged me on Instagram. Vivian CFW from out here in the Chicago area says, Momma Cuisine, what's your take on very pink pork? What temperature do you cook your pork? Now I look at pork kind of like chicken. It's the other white meat, they say, where, a lot of times when it's overcooked, it's just not good. Right? It has that weird texture, it's hard, and it's not tasty at all. Now, I checked it out on foodsafety.gov, our government that really gives us the guidelines on food safety issues and food safety guidelines. So they said there that you should cook pork to 160 degrees, which is 5 degrees under chicken that's recommended at 165. So I feel like that temperature has gone down over the years. I feel like maybe over the years, maybe some professional chefs could chime in. I feel like that temperature was higher, maybe at 165 before, and now it's at 160. I don't like my pork totally overcooked. I know there's this trend, or people are starting to eat them, cook them a little bit more rare. I don't like it totally rare or even medium rare. I like it at about medium, where the center just has that baby pink color. Because it's, that moisture, and it just has a really nice texture, and it's delicious. And I've never had it, I guess I should say, I've never had it, either completely rare or more on the more rare side. I like it at medium, kind of still, white on the outer kind of crust, and then inside towards the middle, that nice soft pink color. That's the way I like to eat my pork, especially if, it's the big pork chops or roasts. So let me know what you think. Anyone out there who likes to cook pork or has any more information about pork, chime in, let us know. Tag me on Ask Momma and let me know how you like your pork, what temperature you cook your pork. Of course, in the slow cooker, you could stick it in there and it'll cook all day long, falling apart. And I also think the quality of the pork matters if you're going to eat it on the rare side. Now, if you're going to eat it on the rarer side, I would recommend that you really go organic, or really get it straight from the farm where you're getting it at, and really know where you're getting it from before you eat it that way, more on the rare side, just to be safe. Because with food, sometimes and eating it like that, it's really the quality, just like sushi. If you're going to eat it raw, has to be that sushi grade, really fresh out of the ocean. I think same thing goes with pork or any meat. When you're eating it that way, really know where you're getting it from and that it's the freshest you could get it. And the quality is really there. So that's kind of my answer for that question from Vivian. Thank you. Our next one is actually from an email who wants to remain anonymous, which is totally fine. We're not going to let people know who you are if you don't want us to. You don't want me to. Anonymous says, I want to cook more fresh food for my family and buy less processed foods. Kudos. Love that. Problem is, my fresh veggies and fruits sometimes spoil before I get to cook them. that is a dilemma of so many people. It happens to me too sometimes. And the best way, a couple tips that I want to share that would help you, you know, because it is a lot of money down in the garbage can when you end up spending all this great money on, you know, fresh produce and fruits and you don't get to eat it. So one of the things is to plan out your meals a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. You don't have to plan it out like other people do, like to the extreme. You know, the way I plan my meals out is I just kind of get a general idea of what I want to cook that week. So let's say for this week, okay, this week I want to make a pot roast and spaghetti and meatballs. Then you kind of have an idea of what the 2 meals that you want to cook that week, right? 2 or 3 meals, or even if you cook every day, kind of plan it out. Then you could only go to the store and only buy the ingredients for that, for those recipes that you want to make. And that way you're not overbuying a bunch of things that look really great, you know, and if you know you're not even going to really use it, it's a waste, no matter how great it looks in the store. That's one tip that really helps me throughout the week, and really, you know, and you guys know me, I have my grocery adventures that I'm always spending time in the grocery stores. There's so many great things that you want to buy, but really sticking to that plan will help you save money and help you with that spoilage issue. Another thing that I really like to do, and I've utilized a lot more, especially with, you know, seasonal items, is that when I see that, let's say I have bananas, they've been sitting on the counter, they're, you know, getting really black and they're turning brown, and oh no, they're gonna rot, I don't want my bananas to rot. What I do is take them out, you know, I get a cookie sheet and put foil or parchment paper over it, and I chop up my fruit or vegetables, lay it out in a single layer, and put it in the freezer and let it freeze that way. And overnight, after, you know, the next morning, you come out and you put them all in Ziploc bags, and you have frozen fruits and vegetables. You know, depending on the vegetables, you may want to blanch it first. Potatoes, you know, kind of big items like that. Even broccoli, even greens, you may want to blanch it first and then freeze it. Then that makes it last a few extra months so that it doesn't sit in your fridge and just rot. That's another great way to preserve items, you know, and help you. And that's really helped me a lot when I see, oh shoot, I forgot there's cauliflower in the back of the fridge and it's about to go bad. I don't want it to. I blanch it, you know, freeze it, then put it, and then I have, you know, food that I didn't really waste. It sits in the fridge for another month or 2 and I can still use it. So that's another really great tip that I could share with you to help you still continue to buy fresh fruits and vegetables, less processed foods for your family, and that way you're not wasting. So those are my tips. If you have any tips of how you could menu plan, meal plan, and tips on how you could turn to a less processed meals into more fresh meals, share it with us, tag me and Ask Mama. And I'll be very happy to share your tips as well as share your questions and get them answered for you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week, our very first session of Ask Mama. Make sure that you let me know your cooking questions and tips, and I'll be happy to share them every single week, every single Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central, right here on MommaCuisine.com and the Momma Cuisine TV channel. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye!